Handcuffed to the master, guys. We are finally back again for another one on the one and only Mystelics reaction. Guys, big up all the Mystelics YouTube family of definitely tune in for another reaction. And of course, the newcomers are there. Big up yourself as well. I don't know why it's switching like this, but we're back with the vibrations, guys. Don't forget, if you've not done so, guys, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. And of course, don't forget to definitely download the Mystelics Tube app in the first comment in the comment box below, guys. That link will be there, so you can definitely check that out right there. The iPhone users, don't worry, it's coming. It's coming down. Hallelujah, coming down. All right, it's coming for you guys too soon. So don't afraid. Anyways, guys, there's something very interesting happening in the Atlantic Ocean right there, as you can probably tell. This thing is actually developing. The last time I saw it, it was actually on 10. Now it's up to 20, guys. Seems like it's moving slowly, and it could be developing as usual, how things tend to go when it comes down to the Atlantic Ocean. And of course, it seems to be heading our direction. As this is seen, it's most likely going to be passing somewhere by Barbados. Based off this thing I'm seeing there, guys. I need to check the Mr. Weatherman channel. You guys can definitely check him as well for you to get more information in this. But this, of course, is what is taking place right there. 20%. When was this? I think I got this yesterday, and I didn't get the latest vibe. The second, yes, so it was yesterday, guys, at 8 a.m. Most likely it has increased by then. But of course, as time goes by and getting these updates, I'll definitely include you guys in the latest vibration. Now, guys, it's pretty much what we want to hear according to the title of this here video, guys. This is what is taking place right now, guys. Lennox Linton has resigned as the political leader, the opposition political leader of the United Workers' Party right there, guys. We're going to take a listen to what he has to say, but there's an individual who has to say some words in this regard, guys. I want you guys to take a listen to him. I'm going to react into it as well. So let's get it.
Dear Dominicans, now more than ever, we must rally behind the UWP. Lennox resigning as the leader did not mean he's leaving the party.
Yeah, I think a number of persons don't seem to understand this. He's just resigning as leader. He's still going to be very much involved in UWP, and he's, of course, a parliamentary representative of Marigot. Anyways, let's continue.
Dominica needs to be rescued from this tyranny.
Yep.
You saw the signing of the airport documents, and it's obvious Dominica has been sold.
We have many signings of many airports.
To folks that are not Dominicans.
Yep, that's one of the things that people will complain about, saying why wasn't there any Dominican representing? We only saw foreigners, and then we saw an individual who had a Dominican flag, aka Anthony Hayden, I believe is his name, the representative of MMC or MMCE. No Dominican was there. Is he a Dominican? No real Dominican was there. We have the fake Dominicans and they have the real Dominicans. No real Dominicans were there. And Dominicans just supposed to be like, gee, yeah, we don't need no.
It's time to stop what has happened to our country. The Labour Party has taken and divided
Yep.
a once great country.
Oh, yes, indeed.
They use trickery to impoverish the masses.
Bribery and treating, man. And then they throw the case with somebody because that person might have needed some favors. But I wouldn't say much on that.
By first destroying all sectors, including tourism and agriculture.
All, not some, all of them.
They then started the Red Clinic and NEP for years, making the people
lazy and greedy and begging.
Beggars.
Ah.
Then turned around and used the country's own money
for their benefits.
Enrich themselves.
Look, the man building another mansion. Another mansion, he built one in Vegas. Apparently, they say Anthony Hayden built one on Melissa's fatherland, which they pass on to them. And they build another mansion there, and now they building one close by it. And people begging, boy. Begging, boy. For the breadcrumbs. It's a hell of a thing to beg for the bread. Hey, do something. Let us set up factories so we can make the bread. No. They have to go and beg. They're begging for the breadcrumbs. That is the state we reach.
Themselves millionaires from several foreigners.
And something I have to mention about the growth sectors. They literally destroyed everything, all the growth sectors, so that the people can become beggars to them. So then if you're supplying their need, then you have to be loyal to them or we'll pull it away from you. They kill all the sectors that created independence. Look, they even let Ross go. And the number one landlord is the very Prime Minister himself in Barbados. Taken away from the people. Ay, 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 ay. And also, guys, the only growth sector apparently is the construction sector. Who is handling the construction sector? The foreigners. The very MMCE individual himself. The very one himself. Giving it to the foreigners. And the foreigners bringing all their things and whatnot. That utilizing the truckers, the individuals in Dominica have to go and beg. To even try to see if they can help be a part of the international airport building. And from my knowledge, I gathered back in the day when they were talking about this, or the truckers and things say, no, it's not so. Then the truckers, they said the truckers would have gotten the last few, the dregs of the job. They will get the dregs of the job. Okay then.
Then they used the country's money that they took outside of the country, gave it to one foreigner who now builds houses for the country with the country's own money, while making money from Dominica. Think about this. This is unbelievable.
Boy, that's shocking like a mother lover, boy.
You walk around Roseau and all local-owned businesses from hard-working Dominicans are going under, while the Chinese now floods the market with their crap.
Look at here, the Chinese trying to buy Pont Cassé. They trying to buy Pont Cassé. They was doing surveying the other day there. It's lie, all you don't know. Alright then.
And on top of that, now are bullying Dominicans in their own country. Imagine that.
Even one, I remember one of the Chinese local had to go and apologize to the Chinese, only to find out later on that it was the Chinese man who was wrong. The officials made the local man apologize to the Chinese man, only to find out it was the Chinese man that was wrong. Did the Chinese man apologize? No. Local people are second-class citizens. And that is what I like. But are you happy? Somebody say what they happy, they hail it. Yeah. No opposition. Yeah. All you foolish boy.
Becoming second-class citizens in their own country. The government has created a police force that now is its military arm that are now out persecuting good Dominicans while protecting the work of the government. This makes Dominica a police state, and police brutality and the misuse of power is the order of the day.
And not just that, but the victimization of the people. If the people have to see something wrong going on, they cannot talk because they're afraid they will lose their jobs. That is what is happening in Dominica, Not Dominica Republic, By the way, guys, I released an aerial video in Dominica Republic. I'll post that in the first comment in the comment box below. But not Dominica Republic I'm talking about. Dominica itself. We can check the Dominica Republic aerial shot after this video. But Dominica we're talking about.
There is no economic empowerment for the people.
For the youth, what it is? The youth telling me, and I still asked that question back in the day because I was getting the answer. I stopped now because it's one answer alone I was getting. The youth saying that they want to leave. They're trying their best to leave. Even last night I was talking to somebody. They want their daughter to leave Dominica. Dominica doing so well and the amount of people are trying to leave. Oh, the joke are you making?
Dominica's money has been taken out of Dominica and mishandled while all banks have run away.
First Caribbean leave in January. What is...
It's a sad day for Dominica, and it's a sad day for our ancestors who fought so hard for their freedom.
Freedom to have our own people enslaving us. I listened to the Prime Minister talking about they will not be bullied by the international community, but they're bullying the very people in the country. I did a reaction on that, if you guys remembered, when they were talking in Parliament. Well, they come for the CBI now. We'll see who will bully who now.
To sit and watch.
Now the Prime Minister then want to go back into agriculture. And the very Prime Minister from Dominica says, if not CBI, what else? How come you find out what else now? But is it too late? The other Caribbean islands have gone with agriculture. St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, they have gone. Look at a friend of mine who dealing with the natural elements of Dominica, asking me if I can get the outsource some products in Grenada for them. That is how we come. As the nature isle. We are kako in Dominica. The nature isle. Let me say
what has happened to Dominica is rather heartbreaking to see. We try to be independent just to be dragged so deep into dependency by one of our own.
Yet still we're celebrating Independence Day. Independence, independence, man. 44, have matching and all kind of thing. Guys, do we know what it is to be independent? When the very people who are celebrating and me saluting them are then making the people dependent on them by not putting things in place for the people to truly become independent. I mean, are we truly celebrating independence? This is why some of us just there for the entertainment. We just there for the entertainment. Which celebrating independence, 44 years independence we're talking about, you know? Which, guys, I suspect I'll have to do a part 2 on that one here because I myself didn't expect to take too long on that. Well, we'll see.
A young man by the name of Skerritt who once said he was for the youth.
For the youth? Guys, I'll have to do another, I'll have to do a second one, I'll have to do another one tomorrow. I'll have to do a follow-up, man. Because this is crazy. The very man who talk about being youth, the very man who spoke about being for the youth in that same country saying that they want to leave. Guys, you know how much people I meet outside of Dominica? You know how much guys, people meet me and tapping me on my shoulder and say, what are you doing there? What the? People meeting me, some of only on my Instagram, on my WhatsApp. You guys will have seen some of them. You would have seen some of them. I travel, boy, I tell you, and I meet, boy, I tell you, only place I don't meet people is Panama. Dominican people, guys. But Dominicans everywhere else, they're trying their best to see if they can make it. Dominicans in Antigua, what's for Antigua? Oh, come on. And Dominicans in Dominica want to come to Antigua too. So doesn't that tell you something? No? No, alright then.
Who eventually stole the future of the youth of Dominica.
The one who says for the youth. In the very country he's prime minister of. The youth is saying that they want to leave. The very prime minister who made his children born outside of Dominica. He made his children born in the United States of America. As is one thing if you become prime minister afterwards, you know. But you, while being the prime minister of a country, you allow your children not to be born in Dominica. No, you let them born overseas for them to gain the opportunities that you know they will not find in Dominica. Even though you is the prime minister of the country. That is something else, my guy.
So we can sit there and fight each other or come together and unseat this government in the next election. We must call on all Dominicans, freedom rights, UWPites, APItes,
labor rights too, because the country affecting all you too. Some of all I don't know if all doesn't see something that's wrong. I don't know. It's a level of comfort in you and cognition if you understand behavioral patterns. Some people might feel a struggle. It's just like being in a box. You might feel uneven for a while, uneven because that's not what you're accustomed to. But if you're uneven, you'll soon become accustomed to the point where you don't even want to get out of that box, because outside that box might make you have to readjust what you became accustomed to. Human cognition is very easy to understand. The Prime Minister them knows this. This is why they depleted the need of they depleted the ability for people to meet their need and therefore rely on them to supply it. So when you have people loyal, it's not your want, you know, we're talking about your need, your basic need. The children might want to go and get school education. You don't know how they're doing it. You have to go through the Prime Minister. Obviously, for it to be under the Prime Minister, you have to be loyal to him. And sometimes these very parents selling their little ones. Aye. Boy, tell you, boy. Let me continue.
And even labor rights.
Yes.
To save Dominica. And save the future of the children.
Just like when they were happy about the electricity bill. Without the electricity bill, they were happy about Dominica government taking over. Labor rights were literally saying on Facebook that they no longer have to pay electricity bill, only to find out that when the Prime Minister it didn't take long, you know. The Prime Minister take over, well, Dominica took over Domlec. When Dominica took over Dominic with the Prime Minister's leadership of Dominica, guess what happened to the electric bill? It went up and up and up and up to the point where people were complaining, saying they cannot afford this, they have to turn off all kind of things before they go to sleep. People tell me they have to shut off their power, the main power, the power switch, the main power switch. At the night times, they have to shut it off.
Labour Party has failed Dominica and must be unseated and also held responsible for what they have done to the country.
Agreed. But the question, is it too late? Is it too late? Because like I was telling somebody yesterday, even if the government were to change now, Dominica will be in a hell of a thing for it to come back. Or you don't know how far Dominica gone, boy. Or you don't know how far Dominica has gone. I remember how Dominica was, as a little boy. Thank God for my brain and my memory and my recollection. Are you mad? I remember Dominica was back in the day. Coming to Bayfront and you feel like, you in the city, boy. You come Bayfront now and you wonder about what's going on. And you think that is progress. No, and Melissa want the people to move their shacks so she can create more shacks in the place with shacks. With the present shacks that she have. Boy.
No one person should represent Dominica.
True.
Dominica does not belong to Roosevelt Skerritt.
No, it doesn't belong to Lennox Linton neither. It doesn't belong to nobody but the people themselves. These people are our public servants. Remember, like in the Bible, you have the people who were oppressed from slavery, and you have the people who gave themselves up to become servants so they can make a better living. These people are our public servants that's supposed to make our lives better. This is why we put them there for the majority. This is what the majority, and they said in understanding of majority, they have overseas people coming in to tilt the scale in Dominica, and then they go back to their country, to the present resident country. They tilt in the scale, and they going back. Dominicans suffering and they letting that happen to them. Dominicans letting that happen to them. I tell you, people outside looking in wondering if Dominicans have something wrong with their brain. I was going to mention a particular business that left. Then people wondering if Dominicans are insane. But I have to be explaining to people, thank God they know me, because some of them would think Dominica is a set of... Boy, I tell you, boy. Thanks to some of them made me have to break down the whole situation, talk about the need of the country. The Prime Minister them is killing the ability for people to meet their needs, and therefore the people have to be loyal to them. And as a result of that, the people then have to continue. This is why I know Alex Bruno, them are trying to do their new parties and whatnot. Hey, go ahead, right on, put more power to you. But unless this standard has changed for people to realize it is not about just meeting my need, but my future and my children's future as well. What will be done? Maybe they will have to come in the whole same situation and have to beg to get a little shack or apartment that they can never own. The Prime Minister then say whatever is built by the government is owned by the state, by the government. They're giving you residential title for you to be able to stay there. They're not giving the real title to own it, because they can take it away from you. And as a result of that, when they meet your need, you then have to stay loyal to them or stay quiet. You cannot talk. You have to hush your mouth, or they'll take it away from you, and you have to be on the street or going by a family member. And sometimes that is a problem right there, because the family is struggling, and you have to depend on them for your own survival. Because you talk, boy, I tell you, boy, we in a conundrum there, we boy. But the people have to wise up and stop thinking about themselves. One of the things that the Prime Minister them have done to Dominica is to make the people think about themselves. It's about me, not about my neighbor. I don't care about my neighbor. I don't care about my brother, my sister, whatever. That's all your business. Because I remember there was a very situation in La Plaine. A brother got a horse from the government, and his brother was in the bush. Guys, I don't make it that up, boy. I did a reaction on that. And one of the constituency or the former constituency people, representatives, was living not too far. Just right there, you could stay where the man was living under the kind of house he living there. And watching, and you see the thing. But because he's not supporting them, he has to then feel the burden and they tell his brother not to make him come in the house. Aye. So they turning your brother against you. But anyways,
Dominica belongs to all of us. This is a plea to all conscious Dominicans who understands what's going on, so we can restore integrity and prosperity to Dominica for the sake of the next generation. Let's do this for Dominica. The Labour Party has failed Dominica while enriching themselves. A young man, they said give the young man a chance. He stood on the platform and he said he's for the youths. And look at what he's done to the future of the youths of this country. Only we can save Dominica.
Yes, let me go back a little.
Who understands what's going on, so we can restore integrity and prosperity to Dominica for the sake of the next generation. Let's do this for Dominica. The Labour Party has failed Dominica while enriching themselves. A young man, they said give the young man a chance. He stood on the platform and he said he's for the youths. And look at what he's done to the future of the youths of this country.
Boy. Guys, I'll have to do another reaction on that. I didn't expect that thing to take me this long, but you know I'm speaking from my heart when it comes down to these things. You know I'm speaking from my heart. I had memes and all those things afterwards, but I'll just react to Lennox video tomorrow, guys. I'll just react to it. If I have to do 2 videos tomorrow, you'll see. But that man, I tell you, man speaking the truth right there. Man speaking the truth. Guys, tell me what the man saying is lie. Laborites, Freedomites, what else? APPites, Alexites. What's the other one? It have another one. Pappy, where them Pappyites going on? Them Pappyites disappear? Anyway, Pappy probably run out of money for him to not be in that again. Where's Pappy now, by the way, guys? Anyways, Pappy supporters, all you, is what he's saying incorrect? I mean, if you look and pay attention to what is going on, is what he's saying incorrect? Guys, let me know your thoughts in this regard. This is where I'm going to end this video, guys, because the other video is much longer than this one, so I'm going to have to end this. And if you want to see more, guys, let this video reach like how much no? I don't know how much I can't remember. Anyways, guys, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Definitely subscribe, and of course we'll do the reaction on Lennox Linton next, hopefully next on this year thing, but it should be next, guys. I don't think there's anything else. I had to do a previous video, but I was over the weekend, the hurricane and all this kind of things there, weather conditions and so forth. But that is another story right there, guys. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in this regard. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, and of course this is pretty much all about for this year Mystelics reaction, guys. Speaking from the heart, man. Let me know your thoughts as well. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Give this video a thumbs up, like I said before, and of course don't forget to download the Mystelics to BrBp in the first comment in the comment box below as well. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bam.